Us this morning is our very good friend, Mr. Jeff Sprague from Wills Point. He's a Major League Fishing angler, and he had him a well of a day yesterday out on the lake. We'll talk about that. But Jeff, how are you doing this morning?
I'm good, guys. I'm on my way home. I'm stopped on the side of the road somewhere in Tennessee because I can't do this while I'm driving. My truck's too smart. So I made time to wheel off, and it's good to get out and stretch a little bit on the drive back.
Well, I was about to say, and it looks like you got some good scenery behind. I mean, I say good scenery. It looks like maybe just some tanks or something behind you, but it looks like the way the phone looks like you're in a good setting there.
Yeah, I'm literally just off the interstate. I wheeled in to get some fuel, and then I found like a really small exit just to kind of get away from the noise. But the weather's beautiful here. But I mean, Texas is home, so I'm looking forward to getting back.
Absolutely. Well, let's talk about your week that you had up in Franklin County, Virginia. You were at the B&W Trailer Hitches Heavy Hitters Tournament at Smith Mountain Lake. Day one, you caught 4 fish, 10 pounds, 5 ounces, had you in 13th place. Not a great start for you. But then, day two, 21 fish for 63 pounds, 4 ounces, got you into the knockout round where you caught 15 fish, 44 pounds, 8 ounces, got in the 6th place, got to the championship round. You would agree, not your best day on the championship day, but you caught a 6-pound, 2-ounce fish that won you $100,000. So before we get into the catch about the fish and all that, I want to ask you about the tournament overall. So for those that don't know, explain what the Heavy Hitters Tournament is, and then tell us a little bit about your week out there on Smith Mountain Lake.
So this is I appreciate it. And this is a really special event. We qualify for. They take the top 30 guys. They take your heaviest fish from 2024, the 5 heaviest fish that you catch, and they make an accumulative weight. And then that qualifies 30 of us to go fish for this special event, where it's $100,000 to win the event. It's $100,000 for big fish of the event. And then every day, like the second round was a $30,000 fish, and the first round were $10,000 fish for the biggest fish. So if you're going to catch a big one, the championship round was the day to do it, and it worked out well for us. Catching that fish, was a $100,000 fish. So ultimately, overall, with my 9th place finish there, and then my heavy hitters fish, I actually won more money than the actual guy who won the whole event. So it was just a really blessed week there in Virginia, and it's something that we qualify for. It's something that we look forward to doing because that's where we can go and make some good money with nothing on the line there. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, no, hey, that's crazy that, one fish like that will get you $100,000 and, like you said, win more money than the guy that actually won the entire tournament. But it's about when you catch those big fish, right? So we actually have video that we got from Major League Fishing of your catch yesterday, catching that 6-pound, 2-ounce fish. So we're going to put you up in a box with that video, and I want you to just take us through this catch, Jeff. Take us through kind of what your process was and your thought on catching that fish yesterday. Oh. Can you hear me, Jeff?
Yeah, I got you, buddy.
Okay. Well, we're playing the video right now. So take us through that catch yesterday. Tell us it and kind of what was going through your mind and when you caught that fish.
So, you see me roll around there, and I make a cast, roll right up to the bank, and I'm making a ton of casts. I'm covering a lot of water, and I've made a million casts up to that point, and made a good cast there, and it hits the water, make one turn of the handle, and there's a fish on, and I can see it kind of roll, and it takes a second to realize just how big the fish is, and once I notice and see how, that it's maybe a 5-pounder, which was actually a big bass at the time, I get a little more excited and get the fish closer to the boat, and as she gets closer to the boat, she keeps growing, right? So she keeps getting bigger and bigger. And then she starts realizing she's hooked, so it gives me an opportunity to get down, get her caught, grab her by the jaw, and get her in the boat. And then once I get her in the boat and I lay my eyes on her and pick her up, I realize how heavy she is. And we put her on the scales, and she comes up 6'2". And I know that beats big bass by 1 pound and an ounce, I believe, at the time. And, my heart, it sinks, but it leaps at the same time because it's an exciting moment. But I also know that I've got 5 hours ahead of me left that fish needs to hold. So it all happens so fast, and fishing is a lot of dull followed by moments of sheer chaos, and that's what erupted at that moment when we got that fish on the boat.
Man, it was watching it back just now. It's seeing your excitement there, and you had to give the fish a kiss. You had to, right? Because
Oh,
that's
no
the winning
doubt.
fish. Man,
No
that was
doubt.
awesome. That was quite the catch though, and it was kind of after that catch. That was your last catch of the tournament. So after that catch, kind of what was the rest of the day like for you? Because you know, you didn't catch the fish that you wanted to on the championship day, but what was that last day on the lake like?
Well, you know, everybody needs to know, you know, like when that last day, we caught a lot of fish. The difference is the last day they were all 3-pounders. They had to be 3 pounds or bigger to weigh them. I caught several 215, 2 pounds 15 ounces, so 1 ounce away. Several 212. You know, just big fish, but just not big enough for that day. And so, you know, the score tracker doesn't accurately reflect your day on the water because we caught a tremendous amount of fish, but just the size that we needed to get there, you know, it was just 1 ounce, 2 ounce, 3 ounces short. So, but nonetheless, great day on the water, stressful day on the water, trying to hold that out and make sure it held through to get the win. And finally it did. And I mean, that's just like, it takes a few minutes for that to sink in, because when you see the score tracker, right, and you see it looks like you only caught 2 fish, I even feel bummed about my day when I come off the water. I'm like, man, I just didn't really do that well. But the totality of the whole event and the totality of the day, you did. We caught a lot of fish, just a couple ounces short here and there that really didn't reflect on the score tracker. But what a phenomenal day, phenomenal week there in Virginia.
Yeah, and that's good to know too. Like, and for people that are watching and keeping up with the score tracker, like, because me too, I was looking, I was like, man, Jeff's out there kind of struggling today on that championship day.
No.
But you were catching a lot of fish. It's just the
Yes.
the weight minimum weight that they needed to track it
To-
was not there.
and, and that's why they call it heavy hitters, is because we go up every day in weight. It starts at 2 pound, which is not an easy fish to catch a lot of times, and then you go to a 3 pound fish, which is a mature fish, and they're harder to catch across the board. And so, you know, we understand it as anglers, but from the outside looking in, it might look as a guy might have struggled, but it really toys with your mind a little bit to catch that many fish and then not be able to weigh them and put them on a score tracker.
Yeah, well, it was still, I know you had a good time out there. I saw about the videos and all that, and keeping up with you on social media that you were having a good time. So speaking of that, you said you were headed back to home to Texas, to Wills Point now. So what's next for you when you get back home? Where's the next tournament at?
So next thing is Kentucky Lake. It starts to like the 5th of June, I believe. So just got a little bit of time at home. But again, you know, I want to remind you guys and you and everyone that's going to be watching. You know, we do Keystone Light events coming up. Starting up this next weekend, I believe. Got one. Check my schedule. I'll send that over to you guys as well. I don't know where it's at. I think it's in Tyler. It's somewhere in East Texas. I'll put that up on my social media at Jeff Sprague Fishing on both Instagram and Facebook. Please come out and visit. We'll have giveaways for everyone. You know, Lake Fork we give away a bunch of baits and things as well at these events, as well as, you know, Keystone Light merchandise. So they're a great partner here in the East Texas area. So yeah, just look forward to that and then getting back on the road and trying to wrap up the latter part of our season.
All right, Jeff. Well, we appreciate you hopping on and taking some time and talking to us. I like to think that we helped each other out, right? We got to talk to you, and you got to stretch a little bit before you head back home to Wills Point. But hey, man, we appreciate you taking the time and talking to us. Congratulations again on the great week you had up there in Virginia. Best of luck down the road, and we'll talk to you then.
Hey, thanks for having me, Kyle. Kyle, tight lines to everybody out there. Get on the water and spend some time for this weekend. It's going to be a great weekend to be on the water.
All right, Jeff. You have a good one. Be safe traveling.
Thanks, Kyle.